Hello, everyone. This is the most intelligent and magnificent bird, Beak, speaking to you today. And in today's video, I'm just simply going to be doing some raids. About 1 or 2 refills, something like that, what I normally do. And before we get started, I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe out there. I'm doing good and I'm staying safe for the most part. Just really cold right now over my way, but other than that, I'm doing alright. I'm doing pretty good for the most part. And yeah, the Google Play Games app is acting up on me again, so I'm having to use my other recording app that I use for the calendar reviews. I hope you guys can hear me alright. It seems to have worked in the past, me having to switch between the two. I've had to, I actually do prefer the Google Play Games app when I record stuff in-game, but I don't know. Sometimes it does this. It acts up on me from time to time. So yeah, I hope you guys can hear me okay. And enough of me just wasting time. I think we should go ahead and jump into raiding with me, Beak, shall we? Nice. Potential good news. Someone is actually going to be looking to replace my toilet, so hopefully by tomorrow I'll have water once again. As far as I know, the toilet is the only thing that has to be replaced, and they're coming tomorrow to do that. Hopefully there's no other major damage, but if there is, it'll most likely get fixed anyway. But so yeah, because I'm really tired of having to do my business in a certain place, but I'll just stop right there. But you know what, I have to do what I gotta do right now, you know. And I'm sure a lot of people, especially over here on the East Coast, are having that same problem that I'm having. no matter if it's busted pipes or cracked toilets or whatever the case is. And it's so strange that this week, especially this weekend in my area, it's supposed to be in the 60s when almost a week ago it was below freezing. I mean, how much sense does that make? It makes no sense at all, but that's the forecast. Okay, we're still good. I'm just checking to see if I'm still recording, which I am. Coming up is New Year's, and I'm curious, are any of you doing anything special for New Year's Eve? Are you having a party? Are you just going to stay home and watch the ball drop? Or are you just going to do what you would normally do and not even worry about the ball dropping? I'm probably just going to do what I normally do, honestly. If I remember, I might tune in to watch the ball drop. And I'll be honest, I haven't even watched the ball drop in probably 10 years. It's just like, it happens every year. So I'm not planning on watching the ball drop initially. But if I remember it's happening, I'll tune in. But if not, it's no big deal, honestly. And you know what? One late Christmas gift I really want, but I know I'm probably not gonna get it. And that's for for my team, the New England Patriots, to beat the Miami Dolphins this coming up weekend. I mean, honestly, I'll take us missing the playoffs if that means we beat the Miami Dolphins. I would rather would have that happen than us lose so bad in the playoffs. I would just rather for us to go ahead and beat Miami, hopefully, and then I know for the final week we have the Buffalo Bills, and the Buffalo Bills are just, no denying it whatsoever. They are going to, they are going to absolutely annihilate us in week 18. But I just have that small glimmer of hope that we can actually beat the Miami Dolphins. That's something that I want. I highly doubt I'm going to get that, but that's something that I really want to happen. And, yesterday, I believe it was, they said that their quarterback named Tuna something, I don't know, but anyway, he has a concussion. You know what? I know his actual name isn't Tuna, but the Miami Dolphins are one of my divisional rivals, so I have to throw some shade at the Dolphins. But no, I know his actual name is Tua, but I'm just going to call him Tuna just because I want to. But anyway, Tua, he ended up getting a concussion against the Green Bay Packers on Christmas Eve. So yeah, he won't be playing against us. So we have a little bit of a higher chance to win, but that doesn't necessarily mean we will. But if I was to receive a late Christmas gift, I would want us to beat the Miami Dolphins. Honestly, I don't know if it'll happen, but we'll see. You never know. And I finally got to sit down and watch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Arizona Cardinals game. And man, what a game. What a slow, boring game for most of it. It was 6-6 for most of it up until about the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is where it honestly got interesting, for sure. At one point, Arizona was up 16-6, and then Tom Brady does what he does best. He's able to, he's able to come back, tie it up 16-16, and Tampa Bay, they end up winning in overtime 19-16. So, with that, next week, Tampa Bay, they play Carolina next week. This coming up weekend, I should say. And if Tampa Bay wins... Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. But I can always restart. But anyway, as I was saying, Tampa Bay, they play Carolina this coming up weekend. And if Tampa Bay wins, they'll actually win their division. And I know there's a ton of people out there that's hoping and wanting Carolina to beat Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. But I gotta be 100% real. I don't think that's going to happen. I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed when and if. No, I'm not going to say if. I'm going to say when. I feel confident about this. When Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win, when they beat the Carolina Panthers, and when they win the NFC South, a lot of people are just going to be disappointed. And I just don't see Carolina beating Tom Brady twice in 1 year. They already beat Tom Brady, and they did very well, I gotta admit. But, you know, I just don't see Carolina doing it twice. So, my prediction... Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are going to end up having a record of 9-8 or 8-9, because I do think they're going to beat Carolina and they're going to win their division by doing that. And the last week of the season, they have the Atlanta Falcons, and they might just think about it and like say to themselves, look, we don't initially have to beat the Falcons to win their division, because they will have already won their division. So they might throw Atlanta a bone in the final week. But then I could see where, you know, despite Tampa Bay having the worst record going into the playoffs, they might be like, look, yeah, we have the worst record going into the playoffs, but we want to show everybody that we want to look like we're a legitimate threat, even with this bad record. So, yeah, I could see them winning out at 9-8, or I could see them going 8-9, and they would still win the division either way. I just don't see Carolina winning, honestly. It's a couple of things as to why people like legitimately think that Carolina has a shot to win the division. Number one, these people are long life fans of the Carolina Panthers and have been all their life. That's one reason. Another reason is a lot of people just don't like Tom Brady, and they're jumping on that Carolina Panthers bandwagon. And then, you know, another reason is they just, they want to see anyone other than Tom Brady. They don't want to see him go to the playoffs. So, yeah. Generally, Tom Brady haters, people that are right now jumping on Carolina's bandwagon, hoping they can beat Tampa Bay twice in 1 year, and then actual legit Carolina Panther fans that have been fans of the Panthers ever since their beginning. No, my prediction, yeah, I think Tampa Bay is going to win. They're going to win the division. I think they're going to go all the way to the Super Bowl, and I think they're going to win it. And this might actually be the legit year that Tom Brady, actually retires. And if that's the case, which it seems like that's the case, then, Tom Brady kind of just spoiled who's going to win the Super Bowl. He's going to win the Super Bowl if this is legitimately his last year. There's no way that they're not letting him go out without a Super Bowl. Ain't no way. Like, if we go all the way back to 2015, 2016, Peyton Manning, in his final year, he played like absolute crap. But guess who won the Super Bowl that year? Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos. Yes, the Denver Broncos defense carried him to that Super Bowl win, but in that final game, he actually made some decent plays in order for them to win, but the defense was a big contributing factor to that win. So, honestly, in Peyton Manning's last year, he played a whole lot worse than Tom Brady is playing right now. So, yeah, if this is actually Tom Brady's actual last year, he's winning the Super Bowl. I have no doubt about that. Now, if something happens, and if that doesn't happen, my next pick is probably going to be the San Francisco 49ers, but I'm 99.9% sure Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are winning the Super Bowl once again. And after Tom Brady leaves, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be really bad. I mean, they're bad right now, but they're good enough to win their division. But, I mean, they're going to be so bad, they'll be lucky to win 3 or 4 games in a single year. I think that's how bad they'll actually be without Tom Brady. And it's really funny that they made that division horrible on purpose. I don't know, I think it's funny. It's lining up correctly. It's lining up just right for Tom Brady and the Buccaneers for sure. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to go with Tom Brady and Tampa Bay to win the Super Bowl. And, you know, this is going to be it for Tom Brady. And he's going to go out on top. He's going to ride into the sunset with one last Super Bowl. I truly do believe that. If they sent Peyton Manning out on top with a Super Bowl, the way that he played in his final year, I think they're going to do the same for Tom Brady. Honestly, they're going to set it up just perfectly in line with Tom Brady. Like, sure, people are saying the Philadelphia Eagles, the Minnesota Vikings, the Dallas Cowboys, those 3 teams that I just mentioned, they don't have a legitimate shot to make the playoffs. Now, the San Francisco 49ers, that could be a possible switch up, honestly. If they don't, if Tampa Bay, if they don't want to go with Tampa Bay this year, I honestly see them going with San Francisco winning the Super Bowl. I think it will be Tampa Bay. I'm going with that pretty much almost 100% sure with Tampa Bay. If not, it'll probably be San Francisco that wins it. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see these next couple weeks. Pretty much these next 2 months almost. Because, yeah, the Super Bowl is in February. So, I'm still going to stick with Tampa Bay. That's my number 1 pick. But then I could see them going with San Francisco instead of Tampa Bay. I remember a certain year where Green Bay, where they were like 15-1 in the playoffs, so they had the best record that year. And guess what happened to them? They lost their first playoff game that year. I would not be shocked if that's what happens to Philadelphia. Even though they have the best record right now, Philadelphia at 13-2, I would not be shocked if the Philadelphia Eagles lose their first playoff game. I mean, they could win it, but I'm gonna go with them losing their first playoff game. It just all depends on who they play. I mean, none of that stuff is finalized just yet, but I'm just thinking in the back of my head all kinds of scenarios. Either Minnesota or Dallas is definitely going to be one and done. It's hard to say which one just yet, but it'll be one of them that's going to be the one and done. One of them will win, and then they'll just lose the following week. The NFC Championship game, I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction for that. I think we're going to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the San Francisco 49ers in the big title game right before the Super Bowl. Sure, the San Francisco 49ers, they smacked Tampa Bay all over the place when they met a couple weeks back, but I don't think we're going to get the same result that time. I would expect Tampa Bay to probably win that game in order to go to the Super Bowl. That's just a feeling that I have about the Super Bowl and the playoffs and all of that. And like I say, as far as the AFC, I think it'll be down to Kansas City Chiefs or the Cincinnati Bengals. That one is a toss-up for sure. I'm not really sure, but I'm like almost 100% sure on the NFC side of things when it comes down to the playoffs. And that's going to do it for this one. I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and for your continued support. Or if you're new, welcome in for the first time. All of you are very awesome, and I thank you again. And don't forget to hit the bell and switch on all notifications so you know the second I upload to YouTube. I am Beak, and I'm gonna go fly away back to my nest. Until next time, bye guys.